News headlines.
Entertainment.
Sports.
It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 12 minutes after the hour, y'all. This segment is being brought to you by...
Brought to you by My Computer Career. Friends, the new year is here. Time for change. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. Make this your year. Maria, what's happening?
Good morning, Roxy. Good morning, Rickey. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's your Wednesday morning news. Winter weather brought ice and dangerous road conditions to the U.S. More than 1,700 flights were canceled nationwide, and 2 people died on slick roads in Texas. Several more rounds of mixed precipitation, including freezing, rain, and sleet, are still expected from many areas through Wednesday. In other news, Tyree Nichols' stepfather, Rodney Wells, denied the scandalous accusation about an alleged affair going on between Tyree and one of the officer's wives. He addressed the issue on Tuesday during a prayer vigil outside the Nichols home, saying, "My son was not messing around with one of the officer's wives. That's just a rumor." Meanwhile, personnel files for 4 of the 5 Memphis police officers fired in the Tyree Nichols case show past disciplinary complaints. Those complaints include excessive and unnecessary force, failure to comply with regulations, and failure to issue a report after responding to a domestic disturbance, among many others. Lastly, after lying about his resume, accusations of a secret life as a cross-dresser, and a host of other ethics issues, Republican Representative George Santos has announced that he will temporarily step down from 2 congressional committees. The move comes today after he met with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick look at news. For more on these stories and other headlines, log on to RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's happening in sports?
Already, Maria, LeBron James moves to number 4 on NBA's all-time assist list, 10,339 total assists. He's the only non-guard on this list, passing Steve Nash, who is now number 5, Chris Paul's number 3, Jason Kidd's number 2, and of course, John Stockton is number 1. The new head coaches in the NFL so far, former New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton is now the head coach for the Denver Broncos, and the one that I'm super excited about is Houston Texans hire San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans as their new head coach. This is an amazing hire for 2 reasons. 1, he's a black man, a brother getting a head coaching opportunity. Also, DeMeco Ryan is the right person for the job. He played with the Texans back in the day, man, so Houston's going to be very excited about this one. Last but not least, a 22-year-old high school basketball coach in Virginia just lost her job for trying to pass as a 13-year-old player on the junior varsity team. Arlisha Boykins is her name, man. Grown woman, come on, Rick. A grown woman out there playing with them kids. She thought she was gonna get away with it.
Damn.
There it is.
Somebody else was doing that. Dude was on the basketball team. Dude,
he was 25. He was 25 playing like.
He out there wearing. Hey, he was out there wearing them out too.
He was
lighting them up.
Georgia quarterback the same age as Tom Brady.
Right?
They won the national championship.
That's been about 39. There it is, man. What up, Gary?
All right, y'all. Keke Palmer, baby. This girl is there saying she's giving her fans some hints about the name of her baby boy on the way. Now, she was on her podcast recently, y'all. She teased the name that she and her boyfriend, Darius Jackson, have decided on for their son. Now, she said, we're not saying the name, but the name for us, she said, it gives American. She said, it gives Black American storylines, honey. She said, we want it to just be like, we're not going far from anything too unique. She said, it's not about to be stone or sand. She said, it's just a nice, natural name that the mom wants, to name her child. And she also addressed, jokes that she could name her baby after Nickelodeon's character, True Jackson. So some people say she needs to name her son maybe James or Anthony or Tony or, something, a regular name. These people giving these kids names now, like she said, Stone.
They're very exotic.
Yeah, but it's gonna be an African-American name, she said so.
What's wrong with Stone?
Well, Stone ain't black, honey.
Well, I don't know no white stones.
You know some black stones?
No, but I don't know no white ones either.
Yeah, but she said she ain't naming it there, so honey, she gonna give it she needs to name it like to normal. Leroy.
No, don't nobody want no
Nobody going back to Leroy now.
Oh, no.
Leroy.
Oh, they stopped doing that in like 83.
That is so fame.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live forever.
Anyway, name your baby whatever you want to name it then, honey. Kiki. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is sundial. On the high end, you say sundial, and on the low end, you say beautiful gold. That's your color for today. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, he's been charged with involuntary manslaughter. And I'm gonna tell you who I'm talking about up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show 29. My voice. I'm sorry, Brett. Brought to you by.
Knock out 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms with Vicks DayQuil Severe. Just one dose starts working fast for max strength daytime relief. Power through with DayQuil Severe, the 9 to none medicine. Rickety Tat, what's happening?
What's happening, Rock T? Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, y'all, the Santa Fe County District Attorney Mary Carmack Altwies formally filed charges against Alec Baldwin and Rust Armorer Hannah Gutierrez Reed yesterday. They both were charged with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter over the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins in 2021. And when the filing, the statement of probate cause reads, on the day of the shooting alone, evidence shows that no less than a dozen acts or omissions of recklessness occurred in a short time prior to lunch and the time of the shooting. And this does not include the recklessness handling of the firearm by Baldwin. As a producer on the film, Baldwin directly contributed and or failed to mitigate numerous reckless and dangerous actions during a very short time period. Special Investigator Robert Schilling of the Santa Fe DA's office writes, this reckless deviation is known from standards and practice and protocol directly caused the fatal shooting. He added Baldwin acted with willful disregard of the safety of others and in a manner which endangered other people, specifically Hutchins and Joel Souza. Baldwin clearly should have known of the danger of his actions, which led to the death of Hutchins. And I mean, I gotta say, because he is a producer, especially on the film, that they have training for that. Like when I did a play, we had to have training for that. They came in every day and told us something, or we had to go over the scenes every day to make sure we didn't aim the gun at the crowd, to make sure it was aimed at the ground. Like it's certain things you have to do, and you don't play with it and you don't do anything until it's time for the show. So,
right.
I just feel like, he may have known that, but him being Alec Baldwin and being a producer and stuff, he probably felt like he didn't have to follow the rules, and then that's when the fatal shot thing happened. I feel sorry for that lady's family, but that's crazy. And I knew somebody was gonna get charged, and unfortunately he's the one that pulled the trigger, and they wasn't filming and he was pointing the gun, and you just can't do that. All right, y'all, moving on. Sources say that Beyonce is set to announce her Club Renaissance Stadium tour tomorrow, with the pre-sale kicking off on February 6th. So she's gonna let y'all know tomorrow when it starts, and the pre-sale is kicking off February 6th. I bet them tickets be gone February 7th.
Oh, yeah.
Like 3 minutes. Freaking 3 minutes, yep.
No matter how much they cost.
Yep,
people
no
don't play
much.
about that lady. All right, last but not least, the studio that Kanye West used inside of Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium has reportedly been listed to rent for $50,000 per hour. According to the listing on Stu Finder, the studio comes complete with recording facilities, accommodates up to 6 people, and allows smoking. The listing reads, past clients include Kanye West. Studio does not include Kanye West. Bookings aren't guaranteed. As previously reported, Ye temporarily moved into Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium to finish recording Donda. He was reportedly paying $1 million a day to stay at the stadium. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up next, we got Rock T's HBC, and why don't y'all hit us up for them wake-up calls at 8669-RICKEY. That's 8669-RICKEY. Who we repping today, Rock T?
Briggity Tat, man, we shouting out to Charles Drew University of Medicine and Science, which is a historically black graduate school, all right?
Okay.
That's coming up next on the HBC. On Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Pippin'. Oh, yeah, baby! Woohoo! What up, Rock Teasy up in the house, man? It's time for another HBC. We're going to continue to highlight and showcase, put a spotlight on all of our heroes and sheroes
that attended our outstanding historically black colleges and universities. Are we going to Willowbrook, California? Y'all probably saying, there ain't no HBCU in Cali. What? I'm talking about that Charles Drew University of Medicine and Science, established in 1966 in response to inadequate medical access within the Watts region of LA, California. Come on now. Let's talk about one of y'all's former students. I'm talking about that Patricia Bath, an ophthalmologist and the first black female to receive a medical patent for inventing a laser treatment for cataracts. Let me put an S on that. She holds 5 total patents. Plural. Let me run down some of these accolades real quick. She's the first woman to lead a postgraduate training program in ophthalmology. She's the first woman elected to the honorary staff of the UCLA Medical Center. She's the first African-American woman to serve on a staff as a surgeon at the UCLA Medical Center. And oh, by the way, she also attended and graduated from Howard University College of Medicine with honors. Miss Patricia Bath, another proud HBCU alum from Charles Drew University of Medicine and Science and Howard University College of Medicine. If you didn't know, now you know. If you want me to highlight your favorite HBCU, hit me up on my social media platforms at Rock T Holla. Let's get it.
HBCU, no.
Hey, man, appreciate that. Brett, what you got coming up next?
Coming up, I want to know, what is your favorite poverty meal? And I know you got some. Up next, it's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
So 13 before the top of the hour. What up, Brett?
What up, Rickey? So check this out. I want to know what y'all favorite poverty meals are. Now, we all been there at some point, okay? And as grocery prices are hitting some families hard, and so are these fancy recipes with all these multiple bougie ingredients or whatever. You know, vegetables and all that stuff is real high these days, especially eggs, even though eggs ain't vegetable. Now, families are saying, listen, anything you can do to make you a good, nice, cheap meal in a few bucks is in. So people have been sharing their favorite poverty meals. That stuff from when they were younger, or, you know, a poor college student that they're tossing back into the rotation to save a little bit of cash. Now here's some highlights. Number 5 is a condiment sandwich. That's either your good mayo on toast or some mustard on toast, jelly, or ketchup on some white bread. Now, that's right. Or number 4 is some Kraft macaroni and cheese in the box with a couple of hot dogs chopped up mixed in it. You know what I'm saying? Number 3 is some spaghetti or any kind of Chef Boyardee in the can. Whatever you can grab in the can. Hey, I can do the ravioli, okay? Number 2, grilled cheese and tomato soup. That's a good one. And number 1
Wait a minute, stop right there.
Okay.
When I tell you, when you dip that down, Brett, bye, Brett. Brett,
I'll call you later. Bye.
Yeah, you clock out on that one. You clock out on that damn tomato soup in there. Go ahead, I'm gone.
And don't cook the grilled cheese on the, you know, when you put the butter in the skillet. Ooh,
cast iron.
Yes.
Cast iron.
Oh, yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Ooh,
but y'all forgetting the main go-to. That doggone good old fashioned. I had one yesterday, a fried bologna sandwich, man. Come on now.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right, you be buying the bologna from the meat store.
That's right, with the red wrapper on it.
Yeah, my dad told me, hey, don't get the one that's in the packages. He always say, go back there to the meat counter and have them cut it the way you want it, and then he makes his own sauce to put it in there.
Yes. Ooh.
Oh my God.
My auntie makes sandwiches with that. She put the egg in the bread. Ooh, ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. And number 1, y'all, is the instant noodles, the ramen noodles. You can cut up some,
that's what I was gonna say.
You can cut up some shrimp in it. You can put a little Alfredo sauce in it. You can dress them things up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can make it fancy.
Yeah, you can make it fancy.
Make it fancy.
Put you some shrimp or some crab on top of that
powder be on point. The powder really be tasting like shrimp and chicken. Like, how do they do that?
Ooh, you sell that powder on the trap.
That powder, it really be tasting
that ramen
like
noodle powder, you can sell it on the trap. I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They don't give you enough either.
Let me get a dime bag of that powder.
You know, so you saying the ramen noodle powder need to come in a box?
Oh my gosh,
man.
yes. I be needing extra.
It's so good. It's so good.
Now, Rickey, I'm sitting here waiting for you to say yours if I'm not mistaken. I want to hear yours. Cause I remember.
That damn chicken pot pie.
Yes. That's it, honey.
That damn chicken pot pie.
Honey.
I had one day before yesterday. And you got to take that damn fork and stab that crust.
Yeah. You used to buy those damn chicken pot pies by the pound.
Yes.
And you had the particular ones you like, the slender ones, not the fat ones.
Yeah, Stoppers.
Yeah. The ones that's in the foil on the bottom.
Pot pies go hard.
And I never liked them.
Oh, them pot pies go hard.
Come
on, dog.
Ooh.
Come on, man.
The flavor's so good on this thing.
Yeah.
Boy. Oh, they also have, y'all wait, they have Totino's pizza, they got oatmeal.
Oh,
They got cream of mushroom soup.
They ain't got tuna fish and crackers on there?
No, they got Larry's garlic salt with cooked rice, you know. Rice, just sprinkle a little Larry's on it and some butter.
Them damn Totino's party pizza ain't nothing but pizza on a saltine cracker. That's all it is. That's all it is.
But who did they interview? Because Ricky, we didn't have. I'm listening to you and Brad with this tomato soup and grilled cheese.
Are you serious?
We grew up on that.
Really?
Yeah, your folks held out on you because we grew up on them grilled cheese sandwiches with that damn tomato soup.
Yeah, but if it wasn't the tomato soup, it was the chicken noodle you dunked it in. You dunked it in something.
That thing.
All right, y'all, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all, it is 6 minutes after the hour. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Gary has the tea and the Kahlua today. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Comedian Eddie Griffin, y'all, they're saying that he is dragging black women, honey, in his new stand-up. And he's being very disrespectful to Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, they're saying that Will Smith is going to go off, honey, when he hears what comedian Eddie Griffin has to say about his beautiful wife and family. Now, they're saying, y'all, that Eddie is traveling across the United States doing a new comedy routine that could get him slapped or worse. Now, according to multiple people who were in attendance of Eddie's comedy performance of this past weekend in Omaha, they're saying that the comedian made a series, honey, of jokes about Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, and their lovely children, Willow and Jaden. So they're saying, y'all, that some people saying that the audience members say, honey, Eddie is definitely going to be dog walk, honey, when Will and Jada get hold of what he's saying. Now, they're saying there's some more things they're saying. It's apparent too, Ricky, y'all, that they're saying nobody told Eddie, y'all, that it's no longer appropriate, honey, to use the F word when he's talking about alternative lifestyle people, for one thing. They're saying he definitely was throwing it out there. But they're also saying, y'all, there's some more troubling things that Eddie, he allegedly, y'all, talked about black women. Now, they're saying, honey, according to some of the audience members, they're saying Eddie called black women weaker. They're saying, honey, he said that black women destroyed the black family, honey, by accepting Section 8 and other welfare benefits from the white man. Yes, honey. They say Eddie claimed, y'all, that it was black women, honey, acceptance of welfare benefits that caused black men to leave their happy homes. Now, they're saying, y'all, he also, said some other disparaging things, honey, and stuff like that. But how could he say that? How could he say that about black women, saying that they accepted welfare from the white man, honey, and that's why the black man left? Do y'all know why the black man left?
The thing that's gonna get him in trouble is the F word.
Yeah.
You can't say that.
Yeah, that's where you get in trouble. You just, it don't even.
Yeah, comedians stopped saying that like in the 90s, right?
It just don't even
It's
fit
not even
in most rooms. Yeah. I don't know where that's going to go.
The only somebody still said that the old black man, they still...
Yeah, them old black dudes in the barbershop, they still say it.
Yeah. Well, they say, honey, with Eddie, honey, forgot to let people know too that he's married to an Asian woman, honey. They say so, honey. But you're talking about black women and how they accepted welfare and what happened. And y'all know who Eddie is. Y'all, he appeared in sitcoms like Malcolm and Eddie, honey, and Undercover Brother, and just some more other different shows. So y'all can reach out to y'all fellow comedian, honey, and let them know, honey, that that's not cute. And
he'll find out. We ain't got to reach out to him.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people were at that show. Was it?
He was in Omaha.
Okay.
He still sells. He still sells. He still sells. But that F word in 2023 will have repercussions.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna see how it turns out, y'all. In other celebrity news, y'all, everybody's talking about Dwayne Wade's daughter, Raya, honey. She recently attended the prom recently and stuff, and they're saying she looked amazing. But my thing is, why is Gabrielle Union always with a camera when that child's somewhere doing something? It makes me sick, because I feel like she just exploits him. That's just my feeling.
I get that feeling too. Maria, y'all get that feeling, Maria and Brett?
I think she's proud of her.
She ain't that damn proud of her.
She just seems like...
I think she just be savoring the memories and wants to just take pictures of everything. And want the world to know that she is proud.
I don't feel that.
They're not ashamed of who she is.
I just don't feel that. I just feel her, and I feel Dwayne Wade just standing there looking doofus, and she just, honey, always just like she just exposing. Why you don't do some of the other things with Zaya whenever she doing other things? Well, I mean, like when she had style shows and all that stuff. I just feel like it just don't seem real. Really? It just don't seem real.
You don't think she's being authentic?
No.
Yeah.
And she push. What you say?
You don't feel like it's genuine and sincere.
At all, honey.
Yeah.
At all. And if it's so damn genuine and real, to let her mama come and do some of these things.
Well, her mama ain't with it or something.
Yeah, she fighting for now when Dwayne was trying to change her name or something. They was just fighting over it. So I just don't feel it.
I don't think the mother is that supportive, Gary.
She can't be supportive because Gabrielle them asses bombard everything.
No, Gary, they are supportive more so than the mother, I believe.
Well,
like Dwayne Wade always has been having problems with the mother, so I don't think she's...
Because Gabrielle came along and he done her so damn dirty and stuff.
Oh, Gary, but this ain't got nothing to do with their personal. This is involving their child.
Yeah, but I just don't feel that. That's just my spirit, and when the spirit moves you, you move.
When the spirit moves you.
That was deep. That was really deep.
I think you said it wrong. Answer a little something different.
Hold on. Turn the music off. Hold on. Everybody be quiet. Gary, that was real profound. Say that again now.
When the spirit moves, you move.
No, you gonna put the pause between. When the spirit moves, then you put a pause between it. And then you say you move.
When the spirit move.
That's how
it moves me, cause I felt like it. Anyway, the Kaluna damn day. Kaluna day is sundial. The Kaluna day is sundial. On the high end you say sundial. On the side, no. No, Rick, he said when the spirit move you move.
You got to move. So when the Lord get ready, you got to move.
That's right. Yeah. And I move. That's the Kaluna day.
Hey, y'all give it up again with the team. Hey. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. I got your wake-up call. Hit me up, 866-9-RICKEY. Call me now, and I'm going to keep talking until the words come into the song. That's called walking into the post. The time right now is 12 minutes after the hour. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. I got your wake-up calls. Get at me, 866-9-RICKEY. Here we go.
Wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Cause we woke you up this morning, slid you in your house, shoes up and be better. Wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. Come on, Smiley Morning Show. Wanna know where you calling from? So come on. And just wake up.
Wake up. My name's Madeline Lee, and I want to wake up Friday. Wake up.
Good morning, crew. This is DJ from Palm Bay, Florida. Want to wake up the Etheridge and Forbes family all over the country. Wake up.
This is Rob from Central Florida, and I just want to give a wake-up call to the Diamond District. Wake up.
My name is Rickey, and I'm calling from Florida City. So, Wakari, Darrell, and Jakaria, and Josephina, and Nevaeh, I like to say wake up.
This is your girl, Miss Val, calling from Lawrence, South Carolina. And I would like to wake up the Rickey Smiley Morning crew and my family. Wake up.
What's yours? Cause we gon' let it know. We in Miami, wake up. Seattle, wake up. And Detroit, wake up. St. Louis, wake up. New Orleans, wake up. And Memphis, wake up. Wake up.
I appreciate it, Brian.
You're welcome, Rickey.
All right, y'all, today is the first day of Black History Month, and we got Bernice Jenkins coming up next with the church announcements. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Grandmama Miss Bernice Jenkins.
Mary Janie.
Yeah.
Just another day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And be glad in it. Janie, how you feeling this morning?
I feel fine.
Me too. He woke me up this morning and slid me a house shoe. Clean across the floor.
Yes. Clean.
I almost couldn't stop when I got in my house shoe. I hit the wall.
Lord.
Here's our church announcement this morning. Govern yourself.
All of it.
Govern yourself.
Accordingly.
Now, all cockeyed members are reminded that you can only park in a handicapped spot if you cockeyed in both eyes.
Hey.
And the parking lot security guard will check and see if he see you doing it. And he'll check because he cockeyed too. Now, Sister Velma Waters' son, Junior, is back on that crack pipe again and broke in the church after choir rehearsal last night. And the janitor caught him taking a whole bath in the baptismal pool. With a whole bottle of Mr. Bubble in the water. And he couldn't get him out of the pool because he was trying to fight a grown man that was buck naked and slicked up all up and slippery with Mr. Bubbles. So there was a man law violation. Can't fight nobody that's buck naked and got shampoo all over.
Shampoo?
Shampoo, Mr. Bubble. What they call it? The Mr. Bubble.
Bubble bath. Yeah,
Bubble bath. It was slick and
Bubbles.
yeah, he was slick and greasy and slimy and naked.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, that's not a comfortable fight right there. They got him on out of there. Now we having a funeral on Saturday.
Wow.
God rest his soul, Billy McCoy. He passed away last Friday. He was only 37, and he was a little bit overweight. He was at 5'1", 290 pounds.
What?
And he had severe back spasms, choking fits. But other than that, he was in good condition. And what took him out was he went out with his white cousins to do 100-foot bungee jump off a bridge. And didn't realize that it was a weight limit. So the family gonna save money and bury him in a flat screen TV box. Oh yeah, baby, he was pie. He was pie. He was pie. He went down there pretty fast. So everybody could take consideration of your weight before you go bungee jumping.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't go because he invited me, Janie. Don't go bungee jumping, Janie. Don't do it. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right
now.
All right. Hey, John Lyon on the ones and twos. John, what up, boy?
I'm good, but you don't know, just a Wednesday of the mix, but of course, you make sure me up on the Instagram at JAH Lion Sound.
JAH Lion Sound. Hey, John, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, but my pleasure, Rickey.
All right, Rickey Smiley, Black Tony, what's up, man?
I'm trying to, Rick. Hey, man, please don't fuss at me for not being at work today, please, because I can't take no more, because I'm just stressed out. I'm so stressed out right now. If you fuss at me right now, I might just snap. I'm not even going to lie, Shawty, I might just snap. Just tell me it's all right if I stay off today, because I got a lot going on right now in here in this house right now. It's a lot on me right now. It's a lot of pressure right now. It's a lot of pressure right now. I just need you to just be like, Black Tony, it's all right. You ain't got to call. Because I'm not finna lie to you, so I'm not finna tell you no lies, I'm not finna tell you no crazy story, I'm not finna tell you none of that. I'm just trust me, Shawty, I'm stressed out right now.
What you stressed out about, Black Tony?
For real.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Tony?
Cause my grandmama told me to do this laundry last night. And I got a little drunk. And I forgot to put all the towels and wash rags in the dryer. Then she said they better be folded up by the time I get up in the morning. And I forgot to cut it, so I just cut it on. They still wet. But but real, that's not the problem. The problem is she had washed all them sheets. She had watched all them seasons. She said, Black John, she said, before you go to work in the morning, you better have all these sheets folded up so I can put them in the closet, in the bathroom closet.
Okay.
Am I real? I can't get, you know the bottom sheet will go to bed. We got the little curly end on it.
Yeah.
I can't pull them up. I've been trying to pull these sheets. I can't get them to pull up.
Oh, you talking about the fitted sheet?
Yeah. The one with the curly, with the curves on the end.
The one that look like a bonnet.
Yo, she gonna be up in about 20 minutes, and she said I better have these sheets folded up. So I've been trying to fold these sheets up. I'm so stressed out right now.
So Black Tony, you got all the sheets. You got so Black Tony, calm down. Let's walk through this. Let me ask you a question. Did you get the pillowcase?
I ready to fold them up.
Okay. Did you get the top sheet?
I ready to fold them up.
Okay, look.
I fold these curly sheets. I can't get them fold up right. She said if I ball them up, I'm gonna get a woman.
What did she say? If you don't fold it up, you can't come to work.
She said, let me go in my bathroom closet and see them sheets not in there folded up, and you gonna get a woman. I already got a woman on Friday. I don't want to get another one.
How you getting whooping? How old are you, Black Tony?
31.
What she whoop you with?
She whooped me for leaving her door unlocked. She talking about anybody could have came here.
Black Tony, go on.
She whooped me with a switch and a belt.
Take the day off, Black Tony. Hey, Black Tony, just promise us one thing.
What?
You coming tomorrow?
I promise I'm gonna be there tomorrow.
All right.
I just need a day.
I just need what? A day?
I just need a day, so just need try to figure these seats out.
Take your time,
I'll be up in about 20 minutes.
We'll see you tomorrow, Black Tony.
Hey, Maria.
Yes.
Here you go. I need one of them workout videos, just please.
I know that would cheer you up.
Get out of bed.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Make this your year.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, the Rick Smiley Morning Show, 5 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea and the clue today. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Nene Leakes is back in the news again, honey. This time she is speaking out. She calls, y'all, the Real Housewives franchises starless, honey. They're saying, y'all, that Nene is one of the most remembered stars of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, honey, becoming a breakout star of the franchise. But now they're saying, y'all, that the reality star, she recently did an interview, honey, and, she was talking about, some of the people on her colleagues, honey. She said, honey, they all starless. She said there are no more stars, honey, in the reality, franchise, honey. Now, she recently was talking about, if you ever watched the show, The Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, that's where Miss Robin Dixon, she's on that show. And she revealed, y'all, that Robin came out and talked about it. She said, honey, that her husband, Juan, had an affair. And she married him anyway, honey. Juan had an affair and she married him anyway. So Nene said, oh, honey, yes, honey, the starless Robin Dixon, child. And she said, just starless. And then they asked her, they said, well, what do you mean by that? And she said, like these girls on these shows, she said, they are just not stars. She said, if you really look at it, she said, all the stars that were on any of these franchises, they took them off, and everybody that is left, honey, is starless. Then she said, honey, that, Robin, she talked about Robin and stuff and, saying, honey, how, that it's just sad thing, honey, for them, just to do something like that. But she went on and said, that, first of all, honey, there's a difference, honey, between being a star and being known.
She ain't told no lie. She ain't told no lie.
Yeah, what? How you think she ain't told no lie?
I mean, do you agree that she might have a point?
Well, I mean, yeah, she said, but, she said, either, she said, honey, you're famous or you're not. And she said, these girls are not famous, honey. She said, honey, they're definitely not famous, they're just known. But now, when they asked her about Candy, now she did go on and say, honey, Candy is definitely, famous, honey, and she's a star. She said, but as for everybody else on them shows, they are starless.
Wow, I know you gotta look at the stats. has the viewership hasn't been as good as it was when she was on the show, right? Isn't that just a fact based off of the numbers and the viewership?
Well, yeah, I guess to an extent, but the show still is on, though.
Yeah, it's still on, and it's probably doing well for a reality show, but when she was on, it was really popping.
Yeah, it was definitely that, but honey, this girl said, honey, either you're famous or you're not. She said, honey, you're just known. All right, baby. Y'all know anybody that think they famous, but they just known?
Don't fall for it. That's a trick question.
Wow, you really did put that out there, right?
Yeah, right.
Girl, you ain't famous, bitch. You just know.
It might be a difference. I don't know.
Yeah, she says a difference, but it is a difference.
It's a huge difference. And she ain't y'all know she's saying the truth.
Yeah, it's definitely a difference, so honey. But we gonna keep all parties lifted up in prayer.
Special K, everybody know you.
And I got that finger snap kind of know. Like people look at me in the mall and be like, hey, aren't you, don't you, then they say, Rock T. They say, you Rock T.
Oh,
like, damn.
Yes, honey, but anyway, congratulations. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. Chad Ochocinco Johnson, honey, he is really looking down on people. I don't like when people do this. And I'm going to say this. You do what you want to do with your damn money and you live how you want to live. Now, it's been reported he's telling the world, y'all, that he saved 83% of his salary when he was in the league. He said, honey, while y'all thought he was wearing, honey, all these big fabulous diamonds and things, he said he was wearing fake jewelry.
What's wrong with that? He saved all his money.
I wear it.
Well, yeah, we know you read Rickey.
But now he can live the rest of his life without no financial worries because he didn't he was smart with his money.
No, he wasn't that damn smart. He had to give Evelyn some money when he fought with her.
But he got a lot left.
Yeah, but I don't think he got that doggone much money.
Oh, he got a lot left. I saw him on a podcast. He showed a bank balance. He got a lot left.
Yeah, he could have had that type of money. Remember?
Oh no, he had a deposit. He had a what you call it? When you get your statement, he said he got a lot of money left.
But this is the problem, or should I say concern I have with it. If I want to buy a damn Toyota and you want to buy, honey, a bicycle, don't knock me, honey, because I want to buy a Toyota.
He wasn't knocking anybody. He just said for him, it didn't make sense to spend a whole lot of money on real jewelry because he said that his name alone is worth more than anything he could buy. He said just being Ocho. He said, I'm Ocho.
People that don't buy real jewelry are definitely supportive of what he's saying.
Yeah, he said, my name is Ocho. He said, so whatever I buy, whatever I wear, it's gonna, you know.
Why buy fake jewelry and why buy fake jewelry?
We got the name. We make the fake necklace look good.
Why lay fake diamonds on your body? Like, what are you worth?
And if you buy real jewelry, honey, that's an asset.
It don't depreciate.
No, you can pawn it and get some damn money later and stuff like that. So, I mean, you know, I don't like.
But he's a man, and I think men have different values when it comes to that. You know, Rick, would you agree?
I went to the kiosk in Greenbrier Mall and racked up on them big ass herringbone necklaces.
Oh, yeah.
Well, y'all just go ahead and rack up on it, honey. I'd just rather have something, honey, that makes my mental feel good. That, you know, honey,
I go to the mall and I go to the mom section, middle of the mall.
He made some good points, though.
Well, he may have made some good points, but there's still also two sides to every story.
But what's wrong with saving your money?
It's not nothing wrong with saving your money, but it's a balance.
I see what you're saying. You say don't be condescending towards people who want to spend their money on jewelry. And that's fine if you want to save. Yeah. But if I want to spend, then I'm going to spend. So that's what you're saying.
Honey, I was told, honey, that you only damn live once, honey, and nothing goes with you when you're dead. So that land you bought, because you bought a damn whole farm, great. But when you're dead, that farm's sitting just right there.
No, it's going to your kids.
E-I-E-I-O.
The color deck, honey. I mean, I just hate when people do that, though, honey. But knock yourself out, though, honey. Hey, that's just like. But anyway, all right. The color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is sundial. On the high end, you say sundial, and on the low end, just say beautiful gold. That's your color for today. Mm-hmm.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the T. All right. And coming up next round is Wellness Wednesday. We're going to be talking to the one and only Dr. M.J. Collier. If you have any medical questions, you can hit us up at 8669-RICKY. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Health, happiness, and hope. It's Wellness Wednesday on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Archer, Rick Smiley Morning Show. Hey, the time right now, 25 after the hour, y'all. Hey, every Wednesday on the Rick Smiley Morning Show is Wellness Wednesday. We got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier is back, with an update from the medical community, and he's also going to be answering general medical questions. Dr. Collier, what up, though?
Morning, Rickey Smiley. Thank you so much for the opportunity to bring healthcare information to the listeners of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. So, Rickey, today we're going to talk about something that 100% of your listening audience and all the morning show crew have had this problem, and that's heartburn. But sometimes it's not just a little heartburn. The formal term is gastroesophageal reflux disease, or GERD. And this happens when excess stomach acid gets out of the stomach, which has a lining that protects it from digesting itself from the acid, to the lower part of the esophagus. And that's where you get the burning sensation that makes it very, very uncomfortable. But, Rickey, it's not just a little heartburn. There can be severe complications of that. So when you get that, you get damage to the bottom part of the esophagus, and that can cause problems with swallowing. That's called dysphagia. You can have chest pain that mimics a heart attack. You can get acid that comes up and goes into your bronchial tubes and does damage to the lungs, or aggravates an asthma-type condition. So, and if that's persistent, that bottom part of the esophagus can scar, and once it scars, it develops a stricture, and you might even have to have that lower portion of your esophagus dilated so that you're just able to swallow your regular foods. So this is a big problem. If it continues and becomes a chronic condition, that chronic condition is called Barrett's esophagitis, or Barrett's esophagus. And when that happens, you are predisposed to esophageal cancer. So amazingly enough, Rickey, this affects disproportionately white men over the age of 50, a disease state that's not disproportionately affecting African Americans. People with a family history, of course, because if you have the same genetics, you have the same predispositions. And, you just need to avoid some of those triggers. If you smoke, that's one of the things that can aggravate it. If you have excess abdominal fat, and people with long-standing heartburn, if it's been going on for years and you've just been taking over-the-counter medications, you might need to have an upper endoscopy to evaluate the nature of the disease. Fortunately, a lot of the treatments now over-the-counter. You've heard of these products, Pepcid and Tagamet, or what are called H2 blockers. They block production of acid in the stomach, so you don't get excess acid production. Then proton pump inhibitors. These are the latest and the greatest, and that's Nexium, Protonix, Dexilant, and some of the generic names, omeprazole, Acifex, Pantoprazole, which is Protonix, and Losoprostol, which is Prevacid. Okay, so you can avoid triggers. Everybody has a food that they know if they eat it is going to cause heartburn. So either eat and enjoy it and know you're going to have heartburn, or just don't eat it. And don't eat within 3 hours of going to bed, because if you have a full stomach and you lie down on it, you basically guarantee yourself that you're going to have reflux. If you smoke, don't smoke. Coffee can be a trigger. That's why most people drink coffee in the mornings, because you're standing up and you're not going to get a lot of problems with it. And then some types of alcohol. So if you drink alcohol, particularly some of the darker liquors, they may aggravate reflux in your stomach. So we don't want you having just a little heartburn. If you find that this is becoming a chronic problem for you, you need to have it evaluated. Work with your primary care physician and then your gastroenterologist.
All right, John, Dr. Collier, good morning.
Yes, Dr. Collier, I had COVID back in December, and I'm wondering, is it okay for me to get the booster? I've only had the first original 2 shots and 1 booster. I want to know if it's okay for me to go ahead and get the most recent booster now.
Yes, it would be okay to do it. You could go up to 3 months without getting it, because your natural immunity is going to be optimal at this time. But it's okay to get it right now. The new bivalent booster is the only booster that's available, and they're going to totally eradicate the original COVID vaccine. The FDA has recommended that, and they're just going to only give the new booster as your total treatment regimen. So if you're vaccine naive, or if you only had 1 or 2 shots, that will be the shots that you will be getting from this point forward.
All right, y'all want Dr. Collier. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Collier. I'm calling to see, I'm having issues with my heart. It's like it's skipping beats. Is this something that I really should be worried about?
Everybody's heart skips a beat. It kind of resets like you're resetting your computer or your cell phone. As long as the missed beats are not associated with dizziness, lightheadedness, feeling that sensation that you're feeling like you're going to pass out, it's called syncope, or chest pain or dizziness. Those are symptoms that this is pathological, but most people have arrhythmia. Your heartbeat really is in the background and your brain kind of blocks it out so you're unaware of it. When the rhythm changes, that's when it gets your attention. And again, if you're having any of those symptoms, then you need to have it evaluated. If you're over 40, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just go to your doctor and get a comprehensive physical that would include an EKG. And if you have a history of heart disease in your family, then you definitely need to have a full cardiac evaluation.
You're on with Dr. MJ Collier. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Dr. Collier. Someone who suffers with hidradenitis suppurativa, or better known as HS, what are some recommendations in helping to prevent flare-ups?
Okay, one, decreasing stress level, making sure that you're getting enough rest. Any stressors in your life that stresses associated with flare-ups are all kind of inflammatory conditions. Again, one of those things I recommend, again, vitamin D, which is your body's natural anti-inflammatory, omega-3 fish oil, and then even probiotics to decrease inflammation that might be in your gut. So all of those things are things that I recommend, all available at lipodrop.com. You can go and get some. These are the opinions of Dr. MJ Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show cast or its production crew. You can reach me on all social media at AskASK Dr. MJ. Follow me on Facebook. I'll follow you back, I promise. And you can contact me directly via DMs.
You just fun. I'm sorry, Dr. Collier.
Yes, sir.
You sound like one of them old DJs from the 70s. Read that last part again. You can
You can reach me on all social media at ASK Dr. MJ. 6 don't you dare go away. You moving and grooving.
All right now.
I'm sorry how you killed that.
Smooth groove DJ.
Right. We're going to hire you, man. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. 8 of time right now. It's 15 before the top of the hour. I just want to, first of all, thank God for my life and just thankful this morning to wake up and know that I serve a living God. Man, my God is awesome. My God woke me up this morning and closed my right mind. I might not be, where I want to be and stuff. But I decided a long time ago, through sickness, through pain, through the storm, through the rain, I'm going to continue to love and serve God. I want to first of all, say that God giveth, God taketh away. God knows what's best. And, I'm standing here on a solid foundation saying that I trust God. I want to thank everybody for your prayers, your calls, your texts. I was supposed to be off today. I was supposed to be off, this week, the company is so kind to give me space to process and grieve, but it don't make no sense to lay up in the bed. We made, final arrangements for our son and doing the best we can. We went and picked out everything. Everything is done and set in place other than just getting a few pictures and stuff together. No need to sit back there and think about what I seen yesterday that I can't unsee. Yesterday was, other than Sunday, was probably the worst day of my life. And I wouldn't wish this on a low down dog. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. But every parent, every mother and every father that had to bury a child, I totally understand how you feel. And I never would have thought in a million years that I would grow, become an adult and have to bury one of my kids. My son was awesome. I enjoyed him, man, especially when he was around 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. That was like the sweet spot to have a son when you actually take him to the barbershop to get a haircut and Chuck E. Cheese and the jumping jam and the things that we did together and sleeping in the same bed and on road trips and going to the beach and doing this stuff. God gave me the best, man, the love and affection that we have for each other. I thank God for my son's mother, who actually laid down and went in labor and gave birth to him. Other than my self-hurt, it hurt me more to see my son's mother and dad cry like they was crying yesterday, and his sister, younger sister Taylor, who actually worked for the morning show and interned here when she was a college student. He said, "Dad, my sister's a communication major and she worked with us." Taylor. But I just wanna say, to the Tyree Nichols family, to Mr. and Ms. Nichols, that's heavy on my heart because they're gonna bury their son today. And watching them, what they going through and the suffering and everything that they dealing with, my heart is with them and my heart is with all the parents. We're gonna celebrate my son's life. It's gonna be Saturday at noon at Faith Chapel. And we're gonna celebrate, and we're there to celebrate and to celebrate only. We stand united as a family. And I'm just thankful for everybody that has been kind to my son. All of his coaches, football, baseball, all of his teachers, his tutors, hell, I need one. I can't even damn pronounce the word. Everybody that helped him through school. Pastor, my son just got baptized, a couple of months ago, or a month and a half ago, and just trying to, get his life back over to God, and all is well. I just appreciate everything. I love everybody, all the calls, all the text messages, and it's hard. It's hard to sleep. You can't sleep. You can't eat. It's just a process that you go through. Appreciate Rickey Lewis, and my fraternity, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and everybody that have shown love. And I'll see y'all Saturday. And I just want to say thank you. And I just want to take the time to thank you, God, Father God, our real daddy. You wanted him to be with you. 'Cause, I'm sure you could do a much better job than I can. You even created me and created my granddaddy. And, so I'm just thankful and grateful this morning. And I'm appreciative. So that's why I'm here. I'm on the radio this morning because other people was at the funeral home yesterday. You hear me? Other people was at the funeral home yesterday with clothes burying their loved ones, not just me. And I want y'all to pray for all the families that got to bury a loved one this weekend. God bless you. I thank you. And to God be the glory. We still serve the best Father, and Creator, to mankind. What a wonderful, loving God that we serve. And I stand proud and I stand on the rock of God this morning. I thank him for my life. I thank you for the good. I thank you for the bad. I thank you for the storms. I thank you for the rain. I thank you for the ugly. I thank you for everything. I don't care how bad it gets. I'll never curse God. They said Job told Job to curse God and die. He said, man, please. And God turned around and blessed him with more than he ever had. And I want you to know this morning that God will give you double for your trouble. You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm going to serve the homeless at the Salvation Army. And if you want to do anything for me, I don't need no flour. Go and make a donation to the Salvation Army. Let's fill up these pantries, because just because my son died, I want to make sure that he didn't die. He said, man, please. And God turned around and blessed him with more than he ever had. And I want you to know this morning that God will give you double for your trouble. You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm going to serve the homeless at the Salvation Army. And if you want to do anything for me, I don't need no flour. Go and make a donation to the Salvation Army. Let's fill up these pantries, because just because my son died, I want to make sure that somebody is able to eat. Somebody is able to get a hot meal. I'm going to put on an apron tomorrow, and I'm going to serve through my pain and still serve God, because it ain't about me. This is about God and doing God's work and doing his ministry. So I thank you, and I thank you, God, for my life. And I just appreciate the opportunity to speak from my heart this morning. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
5 minutes after the top of the hour, ladies and gentlemen, Dalvin Gatson is the 29-year-old black man and veteran who was beaten by 3 white police officers of the Colorado Springs Police Department. And they released the following statement yesterday after the district attorney decided to drop criminal charges against Gatson.
Now, the beating has sparked national outrage since body camera video of the incident and photograph of Gadsden's injuries were released in December, amplifying the family's call for an independent criminal investigation into the officer's actions and that they be charged immediately.
Now, Gadsden was initially charged with 2 counts of second-degree assault on a police officer, resisting arrest, obstructing a peace officer, driving under the influence, and driving without license plates. But Gadsden ultimately paid a $15 fine for improperly displaying the license plates on his car.
And this morning, representing the Gadsden family is our good friend and brother, attorney Bakari Sellers. Welcome to the show. Bakari, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. I come to you guys with a heavy heart. It's tragedy all around, but I'm glad to be with you this morning.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. So this story has picked up on social media and people are asking, what was the officer's reasoning for the abuse of force on Dalvin?
Well, they didn't have any reason. I mean, and people get upset when I use this term, but it's truly the definition. But they lynched him. It was violence by mob. And what you saw was a young man get pulled over for no probable cause whatsoever. He was violated. He was placed under arrest. He was beaten. He has what's called a closed head injury. He's going to see a neurologist. When you see his face after he was beaten, just the blood pouring from his face, the officer smiling while you see the bruises on his hand. I mean, it's just traumatizing what he went through. And one of the things that people don't know about Mr. Gadsden is that he's a veteran. He's a veteran in a military city, and they did him like this.
Oh, man. Is it unusual that the district attorney would drop all criminal charges? And is that like admitting fault?
So I can't go as far as the other side is saying they admitted fault. They did everything but admit fault. I think that there is, if you open your eyes, there is enough fault to go around, but it's very rare. And you see that it happened in light of Tyree Nichols. And so all of these cases have a common line that runs through them, even dating back to Emmett Till, just that state-sanctioned violence. And, you know, I have a LaToya James case down in Georgia that is a no-knock warrant case that's just like Breonna Taylor. I have a Jared Hobbs case in Georgia where detention center officers literally beat and pummeled this young man in his cell. And the only reason that we are able to get that case or type of case is because we got the footage from the jail. And it's just like Mr. Gadsden. It's just like Mr. Nichols. And so these cases happen all over the country, but we're finally starting to see them. The question that I have for people is about justice. And justice is this never happening again. Well, right now we have a cultural problem, and I'm not necessarily sure, and this is my frustration, how to fix that problem.
Now, you talked about the footage, and since there is video of what happened, are there any talks that these officers involved will face charges?
Yes, we're pushing for that. We're asking the DA to review that. I don't know if the DA will go that far, but I have a great deal of faith in Kristen Clark, who is over the Civil Rights Division at the Department of Justice. I'm one of Merrick Garland's fans because I've seen the work that he's been doing, although he doesn't do it loudly. But the Civil Rights Division that was non-existent under the 45th president is just doing amazing work today. And so I would say that I have full faith that Kristen Clark and the DOJ Civil Rights Division will do that work necessary and hopefully bring charges. But they're also tackling that cultural issue in policing that I just mentioned. Like, look, guys, I mean, you guys talk about issues that matter to people all the time. But we've given police officers body cameras. We've given them more training. We've given them more cops. We've given them more resources, and they're still doing this. So it's not a resource question. It's a culture question. What in the culture of policing makes you believe that you can just go out and beat black people like a pope? That's my problem.
And Bakari, I'm going to change my question up a little bit based on something you just said a minute ago. We've dealt with the training. We've dealt with the, the other. When does it become an issue of just body cam? When does it become an issue that this has to be dealt with legislatively? We're talking about qualified immunity, where cops don't have to be held personally liable for committing these crimes against the citizenry. When are we going to revisit that whole conversation?
Look, it's icy in Dallas. I know some of y'all are in Texas. I know there's a whole bunch of people in Memphis today. It's icy. They're going to get in their car if they go out and wreck. Unfortunately, then their insurance has to cover it. As a lawyer, I have to cover malpractice insurance. As a doctor goes in there and operates on your left knee when you're supposed to have right knee arthroscopic surgery. His insurance will cover it. Officers don't have any skin in the game. Officers don't have to go out and get insurance policies. They don't have to do anything. So when they mess up, they say, oops. And they have what's called qualified immunity. And the part about qualified immunity is all the officer has to do to beat that threshold is say, I felt like my life was in danger. But see, now we have body cameras. And even with body cameras, they say that not only does if you say your life has to be in danger, but the exact circumstances had to happen before. And many times that's not the case. And so officers are let off the hook for qualified immunity all the time. And unfortunately for us, the state of Colorado has abolished and got rid of qualified immunity. So those officers don't have that. And so we're gonna continue to push this case for Mr. Gasson civilly, and we're gonna push for them to be criminal charges. If that was us beating somebody up, we get charged with assault.
Come on now. Bakari, while we have you on, man, you mentioned earlier about the Tyree Nichols case. Do you foresee that sixth officer who tased Tyree, who is white, being charged along with the original 5 officers?
Yeah, I actually think more people are going to be charged than that. I think the 6 officers are going to be charged. I think that there's going to be charges brought against the medical professionals. It was something like 17 minutes. Ben was talking to me last night, and y'all listen, can y'all pray for Ben Crump? He ain't asking for it, but I'm asking for it because the work that he does for our community, the exhaustion, I saw him in studio on Sunday, and just the carrying the burden and the pain of that Black Death all the time, just pray for him. But there were medical professionals who waited, nearly 20 minutes before they gave him any treatment whatsoever. And he was sitting there just on the ground in handcuffs, brutally beaten. They should face charges too. I believe all of them will face charges in the long run.
Well, Bakari Sellers, man, thank you so much for always jumping on with us, keeping us up to speed on everything. How can people follow you?
Oh, definitely go to my Instagram page, Bakari Sellers. I have the Gasson video up there if you want to check it out and share it. I'm on Twitter, Bakari_Sellers, and all I do is post my workouts. I'm trying to be Time's Sexiest Man of the Year, or People Magazine's Sexiest Man of the Year. And
let's go.
Y'all keep me in your prayers.
There it is, man. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for attorney Bakari Sellers. Thank you so much, my brother. We got more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up next. 25 minutes after the top of the hour, front page is about to go down. Maria Moore, what's happening?
Good morning, Rock T. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's your Wednesday morning news. Tyree Nichols will be laid to rest today. His funeral, originally planned for this morning, was delayed until 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time due to inclement weather and travel delays. Meanwhile, more audio and video from the January 7th traffic stop will be released, but we'll have to wait. City of Memphis Chief Legal Officer Jennifer Sink said in a Tuesday evening statement that the city will be holding all additional video and audio until it completes an administrative investigation, which should occur in the coming weeks, adding that a premature release of the video and audio could compromise our administrative investigation. In politics, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is expected to announce she's running for president on February 15th in Charleston. According to a person familiar with her plans, Haley would be the first Republican to jump into the 2024 presidential race this year, facing only former President Donald Trump. In other news, Gmail accounts are getting a makeover in a bid to offer users a more complete Google Workspace experience. The updated Gmail will now provide not just email services, but video conferencing and chat options, all in a single location. Lastly, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Zoos are offering the opportunity to name a cockroach for Valentine's Day. Now, this has started to become a popular trend as an obscure act of love or out of pettiness. I'm Maria Moore, and that's what's happening in news. For more on these stories and other headlines, imagine naming a cockroach. All right, log on to RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
Well, it's official. Again, Tom Brady announces his retirement. Again. I actually think he's for real this time, man. He's always said that he wanted to play till the age of 45. He is actually 45. Even though he didn't go out like he wanted to go out, I believe him this time. It is what it is. Although it would have been dope to see him play for them San Francisco 49ers next year since Brock Purdy got hurt and all that good stuff. But I'm just saying. Shout out to National Signing Day, man, for all the high school recruits. Congratulations to all the young high school athletes preparing to transition to college. It's about to get ready to be on. LeBron James moves to 4th place on NBA's all-time assist list with 10,339 total assists. He's the only non-guard on this list, passing Steve Nash, who is now number 5, Chris Paul's number 3, Jason Kidd's number 2, and of course the great John Stockton is number 1. New head coaches in the NFL, former New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton is now going to be the head coach of the Denver Broncos, and the Houston Texans hire the San Francisco 49er defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans, yes, as their new head coach. Amazing hire for 2 reasons. One, he's a black man getting a head coaching opportunity, and DeMeco Ryans is the perfect person for the Texans job. He used to play with the Texans, man, out of Alabama. It's going to be an amazing situation out there in H-Town. Last but not least, man, a 22-year-old high school basketball coach in Virginia just lost her job for trying to pass as a 13-year-old player on a junior varsity basketball team. Arlisha Boykin is her name. Grown woman out there trying to play with the kids and get away with it.
I ain't mad at him.
I saw the video and she was like trying to dub him up and high five and all that. I'm just like,
look, man, I come from the school. I come from the school of if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Ma'am, no ma'am. Literally, no ma'am.
All right, man, that's all I got for sports, man. Brad got the hot spot right now.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
Brought to you by Capital One Venture X Card, the travel card for people always asking, where next? Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details. What up, Rickety Tat?
What up, Rock T? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, y'all, R. Kelly's attorney, Jennifer Bojeen, said that she is pleased that the Cook County prosecutor, Kim Fox, decided to drop the sex abuse charges against her client. But she said in a statement, look, he only has one life to give. So I don't know how many sentences upon sentences would satisfy people, she continued. She said there is no real sense of relief. He's still fighting for his life, and he's still facing decades in prison. Meanwhile, before Stephen Twitch Boss passed away last year, the Ellen DeGeneres Show star posed for an ad campaign promoting a collaboration between Gap and the Brooklyn Circus. Yesterday, his wife, Allison Hoger Boss, said in a statement, "We pay tribute to Stephen's life by sharing these images in homage to the joy and light he brought to everyone around him." A press release for the campaign reads, the Brooklyn Circus and Gap share in the heartbreaking loss of beloved icon Stephen Twitch Boss, who was a longtime supporter of the BK circus community. Allison added, when Stephen and I first saw his images from the campaign, it brought tears to our eyes. He was so moved by how they captured his true essence, and he was excited for the world to see them. Gap also announced that it will be donating to Vibrant Emotional Health in Boss's honor. The organization offers free emotional support to those in need. That's so nice. I saw some pictures and they looked really nice, and some video. Yeah, it was really beautiful. Moving on, reports say that Rihanna might be dropping a children's clothing line with Fenty. I am not surprised as her empire continuously grows. According to Essence, the singer filed the trademark for the reported name brand Fenty Kids on January 20th. So fans can expect clothes, swimwear, footwear, baby bibs, booties, bibs, sleepwear, and more. I guess for her having a new baby, she might as well.
Oh yeah.
Why not? Yeah, and that's it, y'all.
It's all right, baby.
I ran out of stories.
Gary, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, honey. Congratulations to Rihanna, child, honey. And but I'm surprised Kim Kardashian didn't do that.
Yeah, but I guess she had her babies and stuff already. So she got Skims and
yeah, she got enough.
They got beauty line. They got everything, child.
Did you see the thing about Jason Derulo and his broke foot? And he said that he was going to be performing at the Super Bowl.
Is he performing at the Super Bowl?
I saw that on TMZ.
Was he performing with Rihanna?
I think he was supposed to be a surprise guest. Did you see that, Brock?
Yeah, but I
saw
think
something
he may
about
be
his
performing
foot.
Before the game. I think.
Okay, as part of the Super Bowl.
We heard nothing about him
Absolutely.
performing on the halftime. All we heard is Riri. And why would she bring him out as a guest? Not saying nothing is wrong with that, but Riri is huge.
Well, he's part of the festivities or whatever, and
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay,
all right.
gotcha. Well, let me remind y'all that sources say Beyonce is set to announce her Renaissance Stadium tour tomorrow, and the pre-sale kicking off is on February 6th. So y'all better get ready to get them tickets. I know as soon as they go on sale, they probably gonna be gone. I mean, I could see the phone lines now.
And they're gonna resell them for like double the price.
You know it.
Triple
just
the price.
To buy them to sell them.
Oh my God.
I wish I would.
Well, you wish you would what?
Stand in line for a ticket, Beyonce ticket.
Or be on the phone and wait?
None of it.
But what if you could buy them for $500 and sell them for $5,000?
Oh, baby, yes ma'am. Now you're talking, honey.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cute.
So on that note, on that note, we're going to wrap up the hotspot, y'all. But coming up next, we got the praise mix down. The time now is 28 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, baby.